Hey guys, welcome back to Drinks with Danny and Joe. I'm Danny.
And I'm Joe.
And on today's episode, we're actually doing kind of a celebration of a beloved actor who recently passed away from pneumonia, Val Kilmer.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. He says that in Tombstone.
I have not seen Tombstone.
So there's kind of a bit of a debate about whether he says, I'll be your Hucklebearer or Berry.
What's a Hucklebearer?
A Hucklebearer is, according to the internet, so take it as you will, an old-timey way of saying a pallbearer.
Okay. Like the people who carry you when you die?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Doc Holliday says that in Tombstone. He's like sitting on the porch. He says, I'll be your Huckleberry. But they've looked it up. In the script, it says, I'll be your Huckleberry. So it's not really a debate.
I'll be your fruit?
Well, I think he means like Huckleberry, like Huckleberry Finn. Maybe.
Oh, probably.
I don't really know. I don't know the exact meaning, but it was kind of like a threatening thing he said.
Oh. We need to watch that movie.
Yeah. I think you'd like it. It's good.
It's a period movie, though, isn't it?
It's a Western. Yeah, no.
I know. Joe does not care for period movies, and here he is watching one.
Yeah. I also like Dances with Wolves, which is a period movie.
Yes. That has Kevin Costner in it.
It does.
Not Val Kilmer.
Right. But you mentioned period movies, and I like some Westerns.
Okay.
But not all of them.
The Quick and the Dead?
Never seen it.
That is a movie, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either. All right. So today's drink is something very simple.
It's a classic.
Mm-hmm. And it's a drink that Joe said that Val Kilmer's character in Tombstone would probably drink.
Well, so I don't know if they would have had lemons in the Old West.
Mm-hmm.
They would have had sugar for sure, but I don't know about lemons. But if they had lemons, they could make this.
Yeah.
If they didn't, they probably... I mean, I think most of the people in that time period, at least in the movies, just drink straight, like out of a shot glass drinks.
Yeah, I can't do that very well.
But I feel like if there was a whiskey drink they could have drank at that time, had they had the ingredients, it would be a whiskey sour.
Yeah, which is what we are drinking today. Just a whiskey sour.
Do you want to know what it is, or do you want to try it first?
What a whiskey sour is?
Yeah, what's in it? I mean, it's not rocket science.
Okay, I was going to say, I think I know exactly what's in it. But no, go ahead and tell us what's in it, and then we'll take a drink.
Okay, so I've made it wrong to start with. I put it in a rocks glass. It should be in a tall glass.
Oh.
It'll be all right, though. But it is 2 ounces of whiskey, and then fill the glass with sour mix and shake.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not a lot to it.
Yep.
But what we have is going to be real strong because we didn't have a lot of sour mix.
We were low.
So it's going to be like equal parts whiskey and sour, so it's probably going to be pretty strong.
That's okay.
All right, let's try it.
I'm ready. Cheers.
Salute. That's pretty good.
It is a little strong.
It is strong. Yeah.
But it's good. I think the sour definitely helps.
Yeah, it cuts it a little bit.
Yeah, I think if there was no sour, I'd be like,
I guess I could have made sour mix. We have lemon juice and sugar.
Yeah.
But
it's okay. It's still good.
Okay, so let's talk Val Kilmer.
Yes. So what was your first movie that introduced you to Val Kilmer?
I think the first movie I remember seeing that had Val Kilmer was Top Gun.
Yeah. I want to say that's probably a lot of the popular ones.
Yeah.
The first movie that I remember seeing Val Kilmer in was Batman.
Oh, you know?
Because he was in Batman.
It may have been... No. I want to say I saw Top Gun before I ever saw Batman.
Let's see. Top Gun came out in 86.
Mm-hmm.
Batman came out in 95.
Yeah.
Batman Forever. It looks like that was the one with the Riddler. So I think that one had, what's his face? Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I honestly did not see Top Gun.
Until I showed it to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until recently. Which, fantastic movie.
Yeah. It's maybe one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah.
And it's up there on Val Kilmer movies.
Well, I've only seen a handful of Val Kilmer movies.
Heat was really good. Have you seen Heat?
I have not. Oh, I lied. Batman is not the first movie that I saw with Val Kilmer.
No.
I forgot that he was in this. It was made in 1988. Willow.
Oh, yeah, Willow. That would have been the first one I saw him in,
Yep.
because I saw that in 88 for sure.
I forgot he was in Willow, and every time it pops up, I'm like, oh, yeah, he was in Willow. I remember that now.
Okay, so I'm just going to read off some of his top movies.
Okay.
According to Google. And you tell me if you've seen them. Top Gun.
Yes.
Tombstone.
No.
Maverick.
Yes.
Batman Forever.
Yes.
Heat.
No.
Willow.
Yes.
The Doors.
No.
The Saint.
No.
Top Secret.
No.
Thunderheart.
No.
Real Genius.
No.
The Prince of Egypt.
Yes.
Okay, so of those, I have not seen. I don't think I've seen Top Secret, and I've not seen Thunderheart that I'm aware of. I've seen the rest of those.
Yeah. You've seen The Prince of Egypt?
Maybe not The Prince of Egypt.
It's a cute movie. I say it's a cute movie. It's about Moses and him, bringing the
Israelites.
Yes.
Across the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So I've seen, of those top, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 movies, I've seen all but 2 or 3.
I think I've seen half.
And then after
Maybe
that,
4,
it's
5?
a sharp drop off after that. I have seen, there's one called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, I've heard of that one, but I've not seen it.
We own that one.
Do we really?
We do.
Oh. Huh. I think that might be the only Val Kilmer movie we own then.
At First Sight, I've seen...
Maverick and Top Gun. I think we own those, don't we?
We own those on digital.
Ugh. We need to get them on DVD form.
Oh, we might have Top Gun on DVD, but not Maverick.
Yeah, we really need to get Maverick on DVD.
We do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At First Sight, that's a good Val Kilmer movie. He's blind, and then they fix his eyesight where he can see.
That'd be nice if that was real life.
I mean, the type of blindness he had, I think, was like pressure on his
so
nerve.
they could relieve it or whatever.
Yeah. What do they call that one? It's not the visual nerve. There's
Optic?
a name for optic nerve. That's it.
Optic nerve.
So
I'll be learning more about that stuff. Maybe.
I'm just gonna bring that up later. Rude.
Beat you to it.
But that's a pretty good movie. I think you'd enjoy that.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
No, At First Sight.
Oh, At First Sight. Oh, so
I forget what Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is about. I've seen it, but I don't remember what it's about. And then after that, he's in Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, which I actually saw that. I think it's Port of Call, New Orleans. I saw that when we were getting movies today. I was like, I should get that. And then I didn't read it. I was like, maybe not.
What movie was it?
It's Bad Lieutenant.
Oh.
Port of Call, New Orleans, I think.
Was that at Goodwill or at Centerville?
I think that was at Goodwill.
Goodwill. So we did buy 34 movies, 35.
Yeah, 35
movies today. We got 14 at Goodwill and 21 at an antique store called Centerville Pickers Market. So we got quite a nice little handful. We did, however, get one that we already had.
And technically 2, but yeah, 1.
Yeah.
We had to replace one because it was not playing.
Yeah.
And then the other one
Raising Helen. We already had that one.
We already had.
Mm-hmm.
So, but not bad. 35 movies and only one not on purpose duplicate.
Yeah.
But we do have a stack of 2, 4, 6, 8 movies that we've bought duplicates of accidentally.
Yep. We need to write it all down. We need to write down our movies.
Yeah, we need to make a list on OneNote so we'll have it.
Yep. So,
I was going to do that while we were watching a movie, but then I would not be paying attention to the movie, so.
No, maybe we could do it tonight.
Yeah.
So, Val Kilmer, I'm sure, you can Google this and find it. But in 2015 is when he was diagnosed with his throat cancer.
Oh, he's had it for a long time.
2015? Did I say 19?
You said 15.
I did say 15. Okay, yeah. 2015.
I didn't know he had it that long.
Diagnosed with throat cancer. He subsequently underwent a tracheal procedure that damaged his vocal cords, leaving him with severe difficulty speaking. He also went chemotherapy and 2 tracheotomies. Mm-hmm. And then he died of pneumonia.
So he did not have cancer when he died, or he still had it? Or does it say?
It doesn't quite say if he didn't have it or not. It just said that, he had chemo and then 2 tracheotomies, but it didn't specifically say that he did not have the cancer anymore.
Yeah.
So
it might have been, it's hard to say with pneumonia.
Yeah.
Obviously with the chemo and all that stuff, his immune system's already going to be compromised to some extent. So, could be related. Could be not related. It's hard to say. I don't think I've ever seen a role he was in that I didn't like him in.
No, he's a good actor.
I used to not care for Iceman because he's the bad guy.
He's kind of a douche,
kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
but he played it very well. Even if I don't like the character.
Well, when you don't like the character, that's when you know that the actor played it well.
Yeah.
Because, there are some times where certain actors play the characters too well.
Yeah.
And even in other movies.
Yeah, like Jason Alexander.
Is he the Pretty Woman guy?
Yeah.
Yes. I do not like him at all, period. I don't care what he plays in because of who he played in Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
He's just that kind of person for me.
Yeah.
I don't like who he was in Pretty Woman, but I can't differentiate him.
Yeah.
I think with Val Kilmer, he's good at letting you be able to, he's completely believable as the bad guy, but he's also completely believable as the good guy.
Yeah. Well, he was also redeemed
at the end of it. Yeah.
So that's he was kind of a jerk, but also, good job.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I liked him in Maverick, which I know he wasn't much in Maverick, but it was nice to see him back.
Yeah.
Acting. He couldn't talk, which was unfortunate, but
yeah.
I can't remember if he actually talked in the movie or not, but I think if he did, I think it was all
Well, he had lines, but he typed them.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Because by that point, he couldn't talk anymore by that point.
Yeah.
Because Google didn't, I didn't go too deep into it, but it didn't quite specifically say when he stopped talking.
Yeah. Well, he was definitely not talking in the movie. Do you want to hear the origin of the whiskey sour?
Yeah, hang on one second. So this says People magazine reported in 2021 that he had undergone a tracheotomy that permanently damaged his speaking voice. So it was probably in about 2021 is when it's permanently.
Yeah, I would think
when he stopped talking.
I think Maverick was 23, maybe 23, 24.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And they probably filmed it in 22 or 23.
Mm-hmm.
So
that kind of checks out.
Yeah. Okay, so origin of the whiskey sour.
Mm-hmm.
This is very clear cut. The whiskey sour, a popular cocktail, is believed to have originated in the United States during the 18th century, so the 1700s. possibly by sailors mixing whiskey with lemon juice and water to combat scurvy, and gained popularity in the 1860s.
I mean, that would make sense.
It's amazing how many cocktails originated with people trying to combat scurvy.
Mm-hmm.
At least 2.
What was our other one?
The gin and tonic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we haven't done that one.
We haven't done it, but that's how it originated.
Was because of scurvy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, scurvy was kind of a rough thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, if you spend months at sea eating nothing but like hardtack and salt pork.
The fuck is hardtack?
It's like a really hard bread, kind of. It's like a biscuit, but hard.
Oh, okay. Gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go out to sea on a wooden boat, you gotta have food for 3 months to get across the Atlantic or however long it takes.
What is scurvy?
Scurvy's a disease. Let's look it up.
Something he doesn't know off the top of his head?
I know it's it's a vitamin C deficiency, but I don't know what it causes.
Okay.
So scurvy is a nutritional deficiency disease caused by prolonged lack of vitamin C. It's caused by vitamin C deficiency. Do you? Mm-hmm. Early symptoms may include fatigue, weakness, sore gums, bleeding gums, and bruising easily. Hey, maybe I have scurvy.
Because of your bleeding gums?
No, because I'm tired all the time.
Oh.
I think that's just third shift, though.
Yeah, third shift will do that to you. I mean, maybe I have scurvy. I have that nice killer bruise on my thigh.
I think that's from banging your thighs into shit. Let's see. As the deficiency progresses, symptoms may worsen and include joint pain, stiffness, loose teeth, swollen legs, anemia, hair loss, and open sores. Mm. And the treatment?
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where you get from oranges.
Yep. Oranges, limes.
Lemons.
Yeah. In the gin and tonic, they had the lime for scurvy. The tonic was to combat malaria. And the gin was the sailor's ration.
The sailor's ration?
Yeah, they got rationed a certain amount of gin every day.
Oh, so they wanted to go ahead and drink it.
Take their ration of gin, mix it with their tonic and lime, have themselves a little afternoon cocktail.
Nice.
Whiskey sour was probably fairly similar.
Yeah.
Although I imagine the American sailors to be a bit more rowdy with their booze than the British sailors.
The British
sailors were probably all proper and wearing like high socks and stripy shirts
and had high tea.
Yeah. Had their little crumpets and
spots of tea
and their gin and tonic.
And the American sailors are like, "Wow!" like screaming
from the yardarm.
Jeez, Americans get a bad rap.
I mean, we're kind of giving it to them at the moment, so.
Well, I mean, and we're both Americans, so.
That's true.
Here you go.
And I was a sailor.
I was not.
I was a bosun's mate.
And I recently found out that you got in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Got punched. Well, got hit
in the head
with his own can of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I think the only fight I got in the military, though, which is pretty good.
I don't know. I never got in the fight in the military.
You were never in the military. And you also didn't spend your late teens and early 20s drinking heavily in port calls.
No.
I did. And managed to not get in any fights, except the one, and I was sober at that one.
In my late teens, early 20s, I was already late teens, a mom of one, early 20s, a mom of two.
So was I. Well, dad, but you know.
Of one.
Of two.
You didn't have your second one until you were 25. That is mid-20s, not early 20s.
26.
Oh, that is still mid-20s.
Well, I was probably 20. Well, yeah, I was 25. I hadn't turned 26 yet. But that is still early enough.
No, that is mid-20s. I was early 20s.
Okay.
That's a difference.
No, it's
21 and 25 are completely different.
That just means I
to
had
be
more
fair,
sense.
To be fair, when I was 21, you were 28.
True.
So, when I had my second, you had already had your 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that.
When you had your first, I had already had my 2.
I was 18. Oh, yeah. No, I was 19.
Yeah.
You were 25.
Violet's older than Waylon.
By a year.
So I already had my 2 when you had your first one.
Yes, you had already had your 2. But to be fair, after when your second one was born, I hadn't even graduated high school.
Yeah, no, but that was my point, was I already had my 2.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
You already had 2 kids.
Both of them are adults.
You already had 2 kids by the time I graduated high school.
Well, I mean, I'm older than you, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're older than me.
Super old.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it that was like, you're not super old? Oh, I think it was
Yeah.
Where'd we go last night?
The melting pot?
Yeah, at the melting pot. Because I was like, do you need to see my ID? Because I'm super old. She was like, you're not that old.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
She asked
no.
she asked for my ID, but not yours.
Yeah, people don't ask for mine. It's the gray in the beard.
It is.
Yeah.
But they ask for mine.
Yeah, because you don't have gray hair.
No. But I don't look like I'm under 21 either.
No, but if you look under 35, or it might be 40 now, they have to ask.
I am under 40, so.
Yeah. I don't look under 35.
No. You look maybe 35.
Rude.
You look about my
That's
age.
hurtful.
You look...
Hurtful.
Well, my manager didn't think that you were
As old as
44.
I am. Yeah, no.
And I was like, yep, he's 44. And she goes, he does not look 44. I was like, nope, he does not. It's a good thing.
I think by the end of this year I will.
Maybe.
Because they say 44 and 67, I think.
Those are the ages that age you more, right? You said that?
They're supposedly like the super aging years. You get older looking at 44 and then older looking again at 67.
Well, I guess we'll see once you turn 45.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, God.
Yeah, we should have took a picture when I turned 44 and then took a picture when I turned 45 so we could see how much older I look side by side.
She's like leaning her head on my arm slightly.
Yeah.
And then looking up at me.
Yeah, she's like, don't you want to let me sit in your lap?
So, Squeaker is trying to snuggle, and she's just kind of snuggling with me.
She's been real chilly, I think, lately, and maybe a little lonely.
She's been super clingy. She literally laid on my face and head this morning.
Yeah, I was working on designing things for that lamp last night, and she was like in my lap.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I'm working at the computer at the table, I put my feet up on the chair across.
Yeah.
But if she gets in my lap while I'm sitting like that, it makes my knees hurt.
Oh, yeah, because she's so heavy, it like bends your knees backwards. Yeah.
And so after a while, you have to make her get down, and she gets really agitated about that.
Because she's a fatty. Is that what you just said? Poor Squeaker. He just called you a fatty.
She can't help it. She's a fatty McFatterson.
She is. That's why she calls you Fat Man.
Yeah. She's projecting.
She's like, he calls me fat, so I'm calling him Fat Man. But no, she literally, so she was laying on top of me this morning, which was fine, because I was reclining on the couch. And then, I was getting uncomfortable, so I turned over onto my side, and she would not move.
Yeah.
And then eventually she did, but then she kind of crawled up and, was covering up my glass, one of my glasses, and, just smushing them to my face. And I'm like, you're either cold or you're lonely. So.
Maybe a little of both.
Maybe. Ooh, I just saw this question. Was Val Kilmer a heavy smoker? Yes, Val Kilmer was known to be a longtime smoker, and in his 2021 documentary, Val, he acknowledged his smoking history.
It kind of makes sense because I think most actors and actresses, a lot of them smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of crazy because you think of smokers as like not super liberal,
Mm-hmm.
but like the actors tend to be very liberal, and they all smoke.
I feel like a lot
of them.
I feel like a lot of them smoke to try and stay skinny.
Yeah, I think so. And they smoke because they have, like, if they have a role where they smoke,
Yeah.
then
You have to make it believable.
yeah.
I think that's another reason why Brad Pitt eats in like all of his movies, because he's a heavy smoker as well, and he can't smoke, so therefore he is eating in his movies.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Did you know that Val Kilmer has a memoir?
I did not.
That's what this says right here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm kind of leaning away from the mic. This says, okay, so it says throat cancer. In 2014, Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer, which he later revealed in a 2020 memoir, with Cher helping him through the diagnosis.
Cher?
Cher.
That's weird.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yep, Cher.
You think him and Cher are good buddies?
I think so. I want to say I saw a TikTok on it, but
I wonder why. Like, I wonder how they know each other.
I think they may have dated.
Did they?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. But this also says Kilmer underwent a tracheotomy and chemotherapy, which helped him recover. So there you go. It says he recovered from it.
Yeah.
We can ask Google and see about Val Kilmer and Cher. Let's see. Cher and Val Kilmer dated from 82 to 84 after meeting at a birthday party that Meryl Streep threw for the singer.
Imagine just for a minute being at that party. Just with those three.
Could be interesting.
And that was just those three. That
Yeah.
was probably a crazy party.
Probably.
Like, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. I'd just be standing in the corner going, that's a famous person. That's a famous person. That's a famous person.
Can I get your autograph?
I wouldn't want any of their autographs, I don't think. Like, I don't know what you do with an autograph.
You frame it.
Yeah, but why?
Or sell it for a lot of money.
But why?
Why not?
Who wants that? Like, why do they want that?
Because they're big fans. Why do you have the hens on a nest? Why do you have so many cards? Because you're a fan of it. Because you like it. So you do it. So you collect it.
Yeah, but autographs are like, anybody could sign that.
Yes, but they signed it.
Yeah, but anybody could sign their name and then sell it.
What, like me sign my name and then sell it?
No, you sign
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer's name and sell it.
Well, that's when they also have people who authenticate signatures and all that stuff. But I mean, if you literally watched them sign it,
Yeah,
then...
but I could... Look, I'm going to get a piece of paper real quick. Okay, don't look. Are you looking?
Yes.
Don't look. Look away. Okay. I've gone and got this piece of paper that I had in my dresser. It's signed by Sonny Bono.
Can I open my eyes now?
Yeah. See, here's the piece of paper. It's signed by Sonny Bono. I promise. I saw him sign it. See the problem?
Yeah.
Like, if you're good at signing Sonny Bono's signature...
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I understand.
So why is it worth any money? Because you couldn't really tell a forgery.
I don't know what to tell you. There's just plenty of people who will pay a lot of money. Or like on jerseys, like when the...
Well, that I can see. Because then you're getting a jersey with a signature. But if you like got a notebook and you're going on here, can I get your autograph? Like if they're signing like a headshot, sure. But who carries around their own headshot to a party?
You know what I would do? If it's an actor or an actress that I really like, I would have them sign my body and then I'd go get it tattooed.
I wouldn't. Sign my boob.
Henry Cavill, will you sign these? I'm sure.
I would do that to Henry Cavill just
Would
to
you?
make him uncomfortable.
Have him sign your boobs.
Yeah. Like, here, sign these. And he'd just be like,
He's a gentleman,
security.
so I don't know
Security.
if he would. He seems like a gentleman. He's British.
Yeah. He'd probably be like, I'm sorry. It's gin and tonic time. I gotta combat my scurvy.
Yes. Tea and crumpets. Oh, man. So.
Did you know high tea is not the good tea?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that.
Like people say they're having high tea.
Yeah.
That's not the fancy tea.
No?
That's regular tea.
Where's the fancy tea?
The fancy tea isn't called high tea, it's just tea. High tea is like a mid-afternoon snack. It's not fancy. Isn't that weird?
That is weird, because I did not know that.
Yeah. I don't know why I know that.
Because you're full of all kinds of just interesting facts.
Yeah, I read that somewhere, I think.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it sucks that Val Kilmer died.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. I think he was 65.
Yeah.
Which is fairly young for people to die these days.
Yeah.
But
it is.
I think he lived a pretty decent life for a long time, so at least there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys should let us know what your favorite Val Kilmer movie is.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, on our Facebook or Instagram.
Or leave a comment on Spotify if that's where you're listening.
Yeah, or that too. Or iHeartRadio.
Yeah. Or Apple Podcasts or...
Podcast Addict.
Yeah. Don't leave a comment there because nobody's ever going to see it.
No, not on that one. Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, the Gram.
The Gram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously you're already listening, so you know where to listen to us.
Yes.
So, I don't know if we need to keep repeating where we are.
Unless, we can.
You know, if you're listening on Spotify and you're like, man, this would be much better if I was listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you can do that. So.
Yes, we have made it so.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, I say we.
Right from the start.
I say we. I mean Joe.
I just heard the printer in the background. There may be printing getting picked up in this episode. If there is, it's a 3D printer. We moved to the living room to try to avoid hearing it, but I just heard it, so it may come through here and there.
Well,
it's kind of a buzzing noise.
I hear it. It was making a scraping noise earlier, but I haven't heard it make the scraping noise in a bit.
I just heard it, but it only does it going in one direction on one part, I think. But anyway. Yes,
Joe makes 3D printed things and sells them.
Yeah, so if you need something designed and 3D printed, let me know.
Yes. Right now he's making a lamp with pictures.
Yeah, it's a lithopane.
Lithopane. I couldn't think of that word.
So I use a website to make the lithopanes because I don't know how you would do that otherwise. And then I just design the frame to go around it, like the lamp part.
Yep, he's got one printing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably take it to work. Put it at my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all your coworkers will be jealous and want one.
Yes. So all can see, because, most of his selling stuff is because of me.
Yeah, because she takes them to work and then everybody wants them.
Yep. It works out.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
It is.
So, but I think we can call this good on this episode, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
All right, that's going to do it for this week.
Yes, come join us on all our socials and everything. Yep. We've already named them all. Mm-hmm. So.
And we'll see you again next week.
Yep. Have a good week, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
was a good one.